boys come to my shop. One little boy, he was 3 years old. The child lived on a liquid diet. That's all that's what he could eat. Liquid diet and then Spam and rice when his mom told me this. He had 6 siblings. So they came to the bakery because he had severe allergies to gluten, soy, dairy, and egg. So those items. I just so happened to have an egg-free or a vegan banana cake and a vegan chocolate buttercream on hand in the shop. So they come walking up and she's telling me his problems and I'm like, not a problem. So I went into the bakery and I had gloves on and I put cake in one hand and I had buttercream in a little cup in the other hand. And I took some non-dairy, and I get teary-eyed thinking about this, it was just so beautiful. And I had non-dairy chocolate chips in my other hand. And that little boy and his mom and I sat on the floor here. And this child ate and just couldn't stop eating. Mom and I were both just crying. We were just that happy that he was eating because the child is on a liquid diet. You know, and so they bought muffin mix formulas and took them back home with them. And they were all just fine, happy and dandy. Let's talk about Jeanette. Jeanette was from Colorado. Jeanette was a young woman who was 27. When she came here for food, because she was diagnosed with celiac, it took them 3 years for the Mayo Clinic to diagnose her with celiac sprue. So she comes here to eat, not a problem. The only product she could eat of mine was the tropical muffin. Okay, and it was just too bizarre. I mean, we just didn't understand it. And so I had asked her, well, what are you eating? And she had a nice tan. I commented on her tan, and she lifts up her shirt and shows me that she's really white, but really what she was showing me was her feeding tube. Because she was also on a liquid diet. Okay? And so every night she'd fill up through her feeding tube eating. Well, we ended up having a little celiac support group meeting here on Lanai. And I made a very bland mahi-mahi. You know, I didn't want to give her anything spicy that would upset her stomach, and she didn't have any gluten, you know, just kept it really clean. And then we went shopping, and I took them around the markets, and we looked at ingredient labels, and I was teaching her. They had Carol, the nurse who's from the Celiac Sprue Association, who's helping me pull that together. Carol was here also, so there were 5 of us, and we all went on this little shopping spree. So we went, and we looked, and I told them, look for this and that, and da-da-da, and then when in doubt, don't buy it.
Right.
Okay, simple. Jeanette goes back to Colorado, and she's rushed to the hospital several times, many blood transfusions. It turns out she didn't have celiac sprue. She had a bacteria called Whipple's, which is from large animals. It's common in Australia in men between ages 40 and 50. It affects the system just as celiac sprue does, so it affects the villi same way, so you have the same symptoms. So it took them 3 years, 3.5 years to finally get her diagnosis right. However, from being diagnosed originally with celiac, she stuck to her gluten-free diet. So Jeanette is the one who I do a high altitude formula. And I sent her A, B, and C, and she tested them at 8,500 feet. And so I have a high altitude muffin mix formula.
That's awesome. I just love that.
Okay, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I feel like I'm just rambling.
No,
That is nuts.
I don't even have the questions to ask you anymore. You're just doing great. Yeah, no, I love what you're doing here.
I do, but not on here.
Huh? Wait, what? You have the question?
I do, but not on video.
No, ask anyway.
Go for it.
Mile high formula.
Yeah.
The other question is they asked back to the place that turned topless, were you doing pastries or pasties?
I love it. The sense of humor. Hey, okay, will you get Kong Radio and ask him to play burlesque, please? No, really. 246-9393. Get Joel on the phone. Okay, we're gonna dance.
No, Kevin's dancing with you.
No,
You are.
you're dancing.
Oh, yeah.
You're
No,
dancing.
you are.
No,
We
you're
all
not
are.
a celiac out there.
You are.
No.
No, my shorts will fall off because they're...
No, honey, you look good. All you gotta do is kind of shimmy it. Yeah, you got it.
No, I don't. You have to teach me.
Oh, I can do that. I gotta go get my mango steams.
See, I knew she had pasties in there.
No, Okay, let's get.
Is that where you learn how to dance?
Huh?
Great.
That place
Where?
that turned into tapas bar that you were working for.
I never worked for. No, that's tapas. Spanish.
Oh.
Tapas.
See where she keeps her mind.
Pasties and tapas and Mile High. You know, I never did join the Mile High Club to answer your question.
I thought you were a good chef.